Hey Code Crew, what's up? It's Chris here. In this video, I want to showcase a code library written by one of my community members. His name is Stewart, and he's actually written quite a number of helpful libraries. This one in particular that I want to show you is called CTHelp, and it's a very easy way to drop in a help system or some sort of welcome screen. In my opinion, it can also be used like that. So what it is, it's a set of swipeable cards that you can configure. So you can do images with text, you can do no images and text only, you can have buttons to visit a website or to launch the ticketing system or something like that. So it's flexible and it's really easy to drop into any app. So I want to show you how that's done. Let's get to it. So this is where you can get CTHelp. It's on GitHub, and it's actually available as a CocoaPod here called CTHelp. Now, if you're not familiar with CocoaPods, I have a video just for you, so you can go ahead and click in the upper right-hand corner and watch that first to install it on your system. I'm going to do it the CocoaPod way, so I'm going to create a brand new Xcode project. I'm going to choose single view app for the purpose of this demonstration. I'm going to call this CTHelp demo. And I'm just going to pop this onto my desktop. Got a ton of stuff on my desktop there. Okay, so now we're going to close it and we're going to open up Terminal so that we can navigate to our directory, cd desktop, and CTHelp. Now, if any of what I'm doing right now is a little foreign to you, I highly recommend that you go and watch that CocoaPod video that I have first, because it shows you how to do all of this setup that I'm doing. So now that I'm in the project directory, I am going to type in pod init, and then I'm going to open up that folder, and I'm going to add the pod that we need. So that's just this one right here. I'm going to save it. Let's close it. Let's go back to terminal and type in pod install. All right, now let's open up the XC workspace and we are ready to go. All right, so first things first is we're going to put a button on the main screen here to launch the help system. So I'm just going to put a button, let's say I'll center it horizontally. I'll just make it 200 from the top, and I will call this guy launch help or something like that. Let's open up assistant editor, and I am going to add an IB action. Help tapped. All right, so this is going to allow me to detect when the user has tapped on that button so that I can execute some code to launch that menu system. Let's go back to standard editor and go to the view controller here. The next thing I want to do is import CTHelp. That's going to let me use all of those classes in his library. Now let's go back to the GitHub page and take a look at how to do this. So all we need to do is create a new CTHelp object here. And each of the cards is represented by a CTHelp item. Now there are a couple of ways that you can configure each of these cards. You can give it a title, you can give it some text, and then you can give it an image name. Now this image name references some assets in your asset library on Xcode. So we're going to have to put some assets in there if we want to see some images. And then however many cards you need, you just create CTHelp items and put it into your CTHelp object here using this new method. There are more sort of configuration properties that you can set if you want to configure the way that that card system looks. So you can take a look at this in more detail to configure it. And lastly, present help from the view controller or wherever you're trying to present this from, and you're going to be able to show your help system. All right, so let's do that. I'm actually going to take Stewart's sample cards here. Okay, so let's create a separate function just like he has. Show help. And let's create a new CTHelp. Let's say help equals CTHelp. Create a new object. And let's name it how he named it here. All right, so I've got 3 cards. Now I have to add some images. This one is an image only. So it's got a full-size image. This got a small image on top of some text here. And this last card has a whole bunch of text. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, if you want those last cards where you have these two, or visit the company website or contact the developer, that's actually coming from this right here, this line of code. So I'm going to grab that as well. All right, and then lastly, we're going to call CTHelp.presentHelp, and we'll do it from here. All right, let's go ahead and add a couple of images. I'm going to use icons 8 here for my images. And this is an icon service, which is really helpful. I use it for everything. If you want to find the link to this, just check the description below the video. Let's see, let's add this magnifying glass icon. I'm choosing the size here. So this is going to be my big size image. And I am also going to grab a smaller one. Let's just grab this phone one. Let's grab the green one and let's grab it as a smaller size. I'm just going to drag it right out of this helper app that icons 8 has. And it's going to create the file on my desktop. And I'm going to add these 2 assets into my asset library like that. This is called icons 8 search, icons 8 phone with a dash in the middle. So I'm just going to change that. This was the search. This was the phone. And now all I have to do is call the show help method that was going to run all of this code. So let's give this a run and see what we get. So as you can see, it's literally just drop in and go. So here goes. Let's click on the button and there we go. We have our scrollable cards. So this first one is the image only. Then we've got the smaller image with the text, and we've got full text, and this even has a built-in scroll view, so that's nice. We've got the company card, and then we've also got the contact card. So this was very, very easy to drop in and add to my app. And I can see myself using this as a sort of welcome screen too, or like a starter tutorial on how to use the app. Now, Stewart's actually got his own set of videos and help guide for this library. So in addition to this video, if you want more detail, I mean, there was a lot more detail on the GitHub page itself with different configuration options like colors and stuff like that. He also has an article, if I scroll all the way to the top, where he has a lot more detail again, so you can see more examples of how to use this library. And he's even got a YouTube video that walks through how to install it and how to set it up. So I'm going to link to all of those things in the description below. If you want to check out some more of Stewart's libraries, feel free to go to his GitHub page. He also has another one which I want to take a look at in the future called the What's New template, and it's an easy way of dropping in a dialogue like this. Just go ahead and click on Stewart Lynch right there and go to his repositories, and you'll see a bunch of different things that he's written that could be useful for your app. If you want to check out more cool and useful libraries that you can add to your app, I have a GitHub libraries playlist. Make sure you check that out on the screen right now. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit subscribe and thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.